Hi, everybody. How are you doing today? We are jumping on here to chat with you. We want to do our weekly Facebook Live with you, and we wanted to just do a real quick introduction. I'm Lisa Ryan Whyte with the Ryan Whyte Team.
And I'm Dan Hrey with Fairway Independent Mortgage.
And like I said, we want to just talk a quick market update. This is going to be a quick little session today, kind of tell you what's going on and then give you some info about what we're looking forward to coming up in the next few weeks or so.
So what we wanted to do today, we've been getting a bunch of questions, which is great from our previous week's live feeds. And I want to act like I'm interested here, Lisa Ryan Whyte, who's grew up in Chandler, who works in Chandler, lives native. In Chandler. All of her kids go to school in Chandler.
It's my town.
So I'm going to take the opportunity to ask the expert here about Chandler. So yeah. How many listed for sale in Chandler?
So we're going with right now active single family detached homes on the market in Chandler. There's 432. Which that number is actually up a little bit from last month. We had a little less inventory and it was, hovering in the 300. So we're seeing a little bit of an increase right now, which is to be expected because we're kind of perking up with that spring season that we're approaching nice weather and everything starts to kind of wake up a little bit after the holidays.
So spring is the hottest time.
Yeah.
For the real estate market. So people held back maybe from putting their home on the market during the holidays or
there's a lot. And I'm seeing the ones that are listed right now that are coming on, if they're priced where they need to be, they're selling. I have shown some properties recently where they might have gone on before the holidays. There's some stuff that, going on in December. And you kind of get that the clock kind of ticks up a little bit for days on market for some of those. But the ones that are coming on right now, they're priced where they need to be, they're selling.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Stuff. So let's say I was to come to you and say I want to sell my home. Mm-hmm. What can I expect on average in Chandler? Like how long can I expect for it to take to sell my home?
Okay, so again, going forward from the beginning of the year, we're seeing the average days on market right now is 67. So that's kind of for the cumulative process. But once your house gets under contract, we're seeing about an average of 31 days to close the property, which is pretty quick, especially, with people doing financing. That can be what I would consider kind of a quick close. But 31 is the average. And so those are pretty good stats. I mean, it shows that the market is moving. There's momentum.
Is that faster than normal?
So far. And so that's, all kind of tied into this this market that we're seeing. And, there's been some pent up demand because the inventory has been low and with things perking up a little bit on. And again, if they look good and they're priced where they should be, they're moving and getting under contract quickly and closing quickly. So There's a lot of movement in the market.
Okay, so separate question for you, just for those of you that out there that don't know Chandler very well, as well as Lisa does, what's the average home listing or I should say average sold price in Chandler?
So average sold price, and again, we're using some numbers just from the beginning of the year because there's been movement with the market, but we're seeing the average is at 359. So it's definitely, there's been increase. And if you look at stats from, a year ago, you're seeing appreciation. So it's good. It's good news if you're a homeowner, and if you're looking to sell, it's probably better news for you with what's happening in the market. I know we've been seeing a little bit of some changes with the interest rates. Can you talk a little bit about that and what's been going on?
Yeah, thank you. I would love to. So today, in fact, the Mortgage Bankers Association came out today and reported that interest rates for conforming loans, conventional conforming loans, so non-jumbo, are at 4.64% interest rate, which is the highest that it's been since January 2014. Still historically very low.
Absolutely.
And I think people should feel very fortunate with the stock market where it's at right now. The rates have stayed below 5%. But at the beginning of the year, about 6 weeks ago, Freddie Mac mentioned that rates will probably be around 5% by the end of the year. So, you know, when you're seeing jumps of about 0.25%,
Yeah.
on a 30-year fix, just for example, for a $300,000 mortgage, you're looking at a payment difference of about $45 a month.
Okay.
So you're,
which I always say it's a trip to Target. So, you know, no big deal. Just cut out one trip to Target
or
that
a Starbucks
month.
budget.
Well, yeah, that too. I know my Starbucks budget's a little more than that.
So
But
you're looking at payments of $500 more a year if interest rates go up about 0.25%.
Yeah.
But you know, all indications are right now that rates are going to go up before they go down.
Yeah.
The economy is, you know, has been boosted, and so the stock market has been at all-time highs, and it's taken away from the bond market. So
it's good news. It's good news all around.
The overall
it's a
economy
healthy,
is doing great.
Robust economy, and it's what we wanted to see. I mean, if you look back from like 2010, I mean, this is what I feel like. This looks good. It looks healthy. It looks thriving. It is funny though, because it's like you start to lose a little bit of perspective, because I remember I locked in my first interest rate in 2004 at 6%, and I thought that was great. And I feel like if you told somebody right now their interest rate was going to be 6%, they would like lose their mind.
They would lose their mind.
Yeah. So, and I still feel like home affordability, it's there. I mean, anything below 5 is great. I just, you know, I'm sure there are some people that are, maybe I don't want to use the word freaking out, but you know, it's just one of those things that I guess what's the moral of the story is, you know, home affordability is there, and you know, if you're on the fence about it, it's a good time to buy, because lock in the rates while they're still where they are, and then we're seeing prices increasing. So it's like, why not lock in the rate, get in now, and I think your investment will fare well for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think there's just so much activity in Chandler specifically with companies like Honeywell and Orbital and
Intel. Got a lot of Intel folks
all of
moving
them
here.
Growing, coming in now are coming to stay.
Yeah.
So therefore, if you don't buy now, you're going to be looking at a more expensive home with a higher interest rate.
Absolutely. I actually have a handful of people here that are moving here for health reasons, because our climate is so much more conducive than that. So not only is there job opportunities for people, but then there's a lot of people that are moving here just because it's an amazing climate. How can you beat what we've got pretty much 9 months out of the year? Yeah. So going forward, we've really wanted this to be interactive, and we've got some topics that we know we want to touch on. We want to hear from you guys what you want to see us do videos on, what you want to hear about. Obviously, there's a lot going on in Chandler. We are going to do an interview with Bill, and that's going to happen, I think, next week. So send us your questions, just whatever it is. If you want to know something, what's going on in Chandler, restaurants, development, housing, we want to talk a little bit about trends that we're seeing for 2018, design, all that stuff. So we really want to hear from you guys. Send us a message, get on live, and tell us what we can help you out with. And we're really looking forward to doing some of that stuff with you guys in the next coming weeks. So let us know how we can help.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.